Right guys, so we're about to do a flight from Jersey down here up to Manchester, a flight of about an hour, and I've already made the flight plan from SimBrief, so we're going to go ahead and load this in. Just do this now. There we go, and that's got all our waypoints along the various airways that we need to do, which is great because Microsoft Flight Simulator by default doesn't recognise airways quite so well just yet. The other thing we need to do, of course, as we're going to be flying live on VATSIM, is making sure we do not start on a runway, because that would really annoy everybody. So what I am going to do is look to pick one of these parking spots here. Now the other thing I've noticed, if you click the parking spot on here and then click depart as, it doesn't work. It removes some of these waypoints. So instead of doing that, find the parking spot that you want to start at. Number 10 looks good, and then just use the drop down menu. There we go, and everything's still the same. So that's all ready to load up using live weather, and oh, that could be fun. Live weather and no AI traffic, as VATSIM shall provide that. And then we just need to get the weights sorted from the flight plan. Now, of course, we're still using pounds. We've not yet got kilograms sorted, but never mind. The world of Google helps us here. So my flight plan calls for a payload of 17,872 kilograms, which is about 39,500 pounds. So we'll just turn that. Oh, a bit too much. That's close enough. However, our CFG is out of the range, so we'll go back and amend that in a moment. Fuel, what fuel are we taking for the trip? About 6.5 tons, which equates to 14,261 pounds of fuel. Not that much. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so we need to get this in the right place, so we'll add a couple of £1,000 to the rear, and in doing that we'll remove a couple of £1,000 from the forward baggage. There we go, and now we're in our correct CFG. Oh dear, there has. That's annoying. This sometimes happens. Sometimes the menu disappears down here, and when that does happen, it means when you start you usually can't look around, which is even more annoying. Right, okay, we'll give this a try. If not, we may just need to restart the flight sim. How annoying. Okay, let's click fly now and see what happens. So we'll let that load. There's lots of staff on at the VATSIM facilities today, covering all of the UK, which is lovely, including Jersey and Manchester. So we've not just got centre control, we've actually got localised control. Just let this load. Wow, I can hear the wind already. So, bit of a bouncy start. can we pan around? Oh, we can. Excellent. I was worried that we were going to have to restart the stream, but never mind. Now, using the cold and dark start, it means it really is cold and dark. But thankfully I've got a few reflections off these buildings so I can see where the lights are. Sometimes you start somewhere and it's pitch black and you're fiddling around trying to find the lights to turn them on. So there's the external power, turn that on. And there's our light for that. And we'll turn the dome light on as well. Hey, there we go. Can also turn these on as well. That's a nice touch, isn't it? Nice and bright. Turn these on. Nav TCAS fault. Not seen that one come up before. It's not turned on, is it? No? I'll give that a moment. Right, well now we're here. Let me just log on to the VATSIM network. And our call sign today is EGJJ-75 Alpha Uniform. Let that log on. Whilst that's doing that. Now the view I prefer to fly on is the close view. And up just so we can see a bit more. Okay, first things first, let's start aligning the ideas because this takes a time. 1, 3, and 2. I'm going to turn the batteries on. And the fuel pumps, and we should also put the nav lights on, let people know that we're actually in the aircraft. Passengers, take your seats. There's the no smoking sign. And the emergency exit signs set to auto. Hopefully we shan't need those. So, IR alignment in 7 minutes or greater than 7 minutes. And just checking that we have got lots of controllers online. So just get the ATIS for Jersey, which QNH is 955. Let's set that. Did I say 955? Surely I meant 995. Yeah, 995. There we go. And information Delta is current. So if you're using VATSIM, or you have a pen and paper handy, scribble these things down. So we'll request clearance to Manchester. And we are expecting runway 26 and the scary I've not flown from Jersey before. These are new waypoints for me. Scary 3 Alpha. Hope it's not scary. And runway 26. Let's contact the ground 121.9. Just checking we've got the right frequency. 121.9 for Jersey ground. Right, let's give them a call. Ground EGJJ-75 Alpha Uniform with you is a Type A320 Neo requesting Alpha clearance as planned to Manchester, and we have information Delta.
EGJJ-75 Alpha Uniform, Jersey ground, very good evening. Confirmed stand number?
We are on believe it's stand number 7. We're on the new Microsoft Flight Sim, so we haven't got absolute clarity on that.
EG75 Alpha Uniform, yes, I think it is 7. That's fine. Cleared to Manchester via Skerry 3 Alpha departure. Expect runway 26, squawk 1241.
Squawk 1241 cleared via the Skerry 3 Alpha departure, runway 26, EG75 Alpha Uniform.
EG75 Alpha Uniform, correct.
So that's the read back done. Let's set some things up. So squawk 1241. Squawk 1241. Yeah, because everything's obviously default airports at the moment. Apart from the custom airports, the stand numbers aren't always that accurate. But never mind. Never mind. Right, let's set up the McDo. So, already loaded in, cost index of 8, cruise level is 30,000 feet, that's right. Cruise temperature, according to SIDBrief, is actually minus 45, at minus 44, that's close enough. Our flight number today is 1874, 1874, and all of those are loaded in quite nicely. Block fuel, 6.6 tons, taxi, excellent. Good. And our performance, it's a short runway today, so even though it's not yet modelled correctly, we're moving flaps 1 and, sorry, flaps 2, and up 0.5 on the flight controls, so pop that in there. Transition altitude, does it give us that? Transition flight level is 6.5. Get that off the ATIS as well. Yeah, the Flex 2 temp, don't use that. That is most certainly not modelled yet. You'll not get much engine thrust at that. So, that's all set. Reset our camera view. I need to lock some keys to some of these so I don't have to keep using this menu, but we'll get around to that. Spend more time flying than messing with controls. What was I doing? Flight controls. Up 0.5, there we go. So I've still got to wait for the alignment to take place. Let's have a quick look outside, shall we? So I've not been to Jersey Airport before. Alright, okay. Very nice. A bit dark, isn't it? Taxiway looks nicely lit up. I've got my Navigraph charts here next to me. Get those on the iPad. So I expect we will taxi down here all the way to runway 26. We shall wait and see. Okay, let's get back in the cockpit. Now, is the ground going to give me pushback, or am I going to have to use reverse thrusters? Ground services, fuel, power. Now I'm going to have to use reverse thrusters, so never mind. Missed the good old days of GSX. Just check that's also active. We're back on the right frequency, 121.9, that's correct. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for that, let's just go through the preliminary cockpit checklist. So engine masters off, engine mode selector normal, landing gear down, I would hope so, weather radar off, batteries on, external power on, APU fire, Checked and tested, can't do that just yet. APU as required, we will start that in a couple of minutes actually, as we're going to use reverse thrust to push back. 1 minute, actually we can start that now because APU takes a while to begin. So that's the APU started, so when APU is available, air conditioning power set, external power as required. We need to leave that on for the moment. And we can, that's a preliminary checklist nearly complete, so make sure the flaps next is up, speed brake lever is up and disarmed, and emergency equipment, of course if you're in the real cockpit you'd have to check that. Rain repellent, check. It's not raining, we don't need that. Just, is it raining? No, I don't think so. No. Useless piece of information for you. In the real A320, never put the windscreen wipers on unless it is raining, as you will scratch them. That will cost a lot of money to replace. And aircraft library, check. Well, that would be stored in these things here, wouldn't it? And these black pads here for all the charts. Right, let's check the APU status. Flap is open. Exhaust gas temperature. Did we put the beacon lights on? We didn't, that was naughty. Those should have been on before starting the APU. And the ADIRS is aligned. Excellent. Flight director is on. Let's turn that up. Oops. Turn that up. That's a little dark. And make sure we're in managed mode. Now just select the altitude that we need. So the SID we're using today, the Scary 3 Alpha, gives an initial climb out of 5,000 feet. So that's fine. That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to request start and pushback. Ground easy, 7-5 Alpha uniform is ready for start and pushback.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform, stand 7, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, easy 75 Alpha uniform. Okay, so before start checklist, cockpit preparations complete. All the signs are on, it is on, fuel quantity is set, and check we're balanced. Yep. Flight management guidance system is all set. Altimeters set, 9095, cross-checked. Windows and doors all closed. Mobile phones switched off. And parking brake on. Starting engine 1. So, what wasn't set on that? It was the bleed. Oh, there we go. The air bleed valve was on. Didn't think I'd turn that on. I'll wait for engine 1 to start. The Neo engines on the A320 take a lot longer to start than the traditional engines. Set the standby altimeter as well, 995. Oh, I can't spin that down fast enough. There we are. So just waiting for engine 1 to stabilise. There we go, starting engine 2. And we can see here using the fly-by-wire mod we get a lot more information on the ECAMs. So parking brake set, the hydraulic pumps. You can hear the barking dog now, there's the hydraulic pumps. Predicted wind shear is off. That's down here. It's not modelled yet. Yeah, in up. But clearly that's something to come. TCAS standby. That's over here. Don't turn that on while you're on the ground. That's to be turned on just before you depart. And APU bleed is on. Just waiting for engine 2 to fire. That's coming nicely now. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to do a thrust reverse pushback because we don't have a pushback tug. Okay, so engine 1 is stabilised. Now we can mode selector back to norm. Turn off the APU bleed and the APU. External power no longer needed. Taxi lights on. Hey, they're bright. Parking brake released. And we're using reverse thrusters, which you'd never do in real life, but until we get proper pushback sorted. So just checking this, the charts here. Oh, it's dark. Very, very dark. And we can cut power to those engines. And that will do. Oh, that wasn't bad. We managed to find the taxi line. Parking brake set. And flight control test. So, after start, anti-ice as required. ECAM status is checked. ECAM recall. Pitch trim is already set. Rudder trim, don't need that, it's already set. And we'll do a flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral. Rudder to the left, to the right. Okay. All looks good. Now ground easy 75 Alpha U. Oh, try that again. Didn't key the mic. Ground easy 75 Alpha uniform, ready for taxi.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform, taxi holding point Alpha 1 for runway 26.
Taxi holding point Alpha 1 for runway 26, easy 75 Alpha uniform. Let's find Alpha 1 on the chart. Alpha 1, yeah, so it's basically just following this all the way around. So, parking brakes off. And off we go. Not too fast. Many of you come across any runways or taxiways, I think more so than runways, but taxiways that have got bumps in them. I went to, I think it was Berlin the other day, and I ended up taxiing my aircraft uphill. This seems to be very, very bumpy. I've not been to Jersey before. We seem to be bumping along very nicely here. Goodness me, look at the camber of that. That's interesting. We best slow down, otherwise I'm going to ruin this flight before we've even started. I think it's all to do with the fact that obviously it's using Bing satellite navigation data. Oh goodness me, they're going to need the sick bags before we get in the air. So normally at this point what I would be doing is setting the flaps and getting everything ready for takeoff, but I'm going to do that once we reach the holding point because I don't want to take my eyes off this taxiway, if you can call it that. Oh dear. That car park over there looks flatter than this taxiway. Maybe this will be an airport I don't return to until some work has been done. Okay, so nearly at holding point Alpha 1. So before takeoff checklist, flight controls.
EG75 Alpha Uniform, contact Jersey radar on 120.300. Enjoy your flight. Bye bye.
120.300, EG75 Alpha Uniform. Good night. I will do the before takeoff checklist in a moment. Let's get to Alpha 1 and contact Jersey radar. I wonder if the runway's level. We'll hold that there. Right, Jersey radar 130. What did you say? 130 decimal. I can't see that in the list, so I'm going to get asked for that again. Jersey ground, EG75 Alpha Uniform. Just repeat the frequency for us, please.
Yes, Jersey radar on 120.300.
Oh, that makes more sense. 120.30. Thanks very much. EG75 Alpha Uniform. Good night.
Bye.
120.30. Could do with speeding that scroll wheel up, actually. Right, just quickly, we'll do the before flight checkoff checklist. So, briefing's done, flaps 1, spoilers armed, and auto brakes set, cabin called, Jersey radar, EG75 Alpha Uniform with you at holding point Alpha 1.
75 Alpha Uniform Jersey, the approach. Hello, please take off runway 26, 7 wind 240 degrees, 28 knots, gusting 39.
Clear for takeoff runway 26, EG75 Alpha Uniform.
Right.
Set, takeoff is now ready, so landing lights on, strobe lights on, TARA is set, so that's your TCAS. Put the weather radar on, and let's line up on the runway. Oh, not that fast. We're going to use as much of the runway as we can, because it's not a massive runway at Jersey. In fact, in real life, it's a captain's only runway to land at. And that just reminded me we're not doing a standard takeoff, we're using flaps 2, not flaps 1. Double check that. Okay, start the timer, push forward slightly on the column, and off we go. Mantoga, SRS, and runway. This runway is much smoother than the taxiways next to it. 100 knots. Put the side stick back to neutral. We are gusting a little bit, he did say. Now that's V1 rotate, up we go. positive rate. Gear up. And of course, nighttime flying, you are solely trusting your instruments. Flaps 1. Flaps 0. And we'll set climb thrust. Engage autopilot. Ground spoilers disarmed. And now, because of the lovely quirk of the Airbus, at the moment we don't want a climb rate of 5,000 feet. 2,500 feet is plenty. Up to flight level 050.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, contact Jersey Control 125.2. Bye bye.
125.2 Easy 75 Alpha Uniform. Good night. Jersey, good evening. Easy 75 Alpha Uniform with you. Flight level 050.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, Jersey Control. Hello, identified climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Easy 75 Alpha Uniform.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform. I do apologise for that. We're just having a bit of fun with each other. I'm actually the controller for Jersey Control, but continue your climb flight level 190.
Slow traffic night, is it?
It's one of those nights, yeah.
Well, the weather's keeping me entertained at the moment.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah. You can see the light shining and reflected on the clouds. That's great. And we're up. There we go. So we can now actually turn those off. Now we're off. What I'm going to do as well is just dim the lights a little bit now that we're in the air. We don't need them to be quite so bright. Same over here actually. No, don't turn those on. Where's it gone? There we go. Just turn the lights in the aircraft down a bit so we can see. Look at that, looks like fun, doesn't it? Of course, flying at night time you don't quite get to see the views. But we get to concentrate more on our instrument flying, which is fine. So we'll keep the seatbelt signs on for now. Now we've hit 10,000 feet, the engines will spool up to reach our optimum cruise speed, which is shown there in magenta, 320 knots. Zoom out a bit on the radar. Good lord, well, looks like we're flying above it right now, so that's fine. What they really need to do is get the radar tilt working. It's not working yet, so you can tilt above, tilt below. Never mind. It will all come. So I'm just going to have a look to see what air traffic controls are still online on VATSIM. And we do look like we've got control all the way up to Manchester, which is quite nice. It's great when you've got controllers from the start of your flight to the end of your flight, as we've got this evening. So we're still in Jersey control, and I think soon we'll be handed off to London FIR. So the flight time today is about, according to the Simbrief flight plan, 56 minutes. And it's a shame that for some reason in the default A320 the chronometer doesn't work. But thanks to the guys that fly by wire, we now have a working timer, so you can do proper fuel checks and time checks. So, according to the flight plan, we should get to Scary at 11 minutes of flight, which isn't going to be far off. About 5 minutes. Strange to hear no other traffic on the frequency. Right. If you get hold of the VATSIM map on your phone, a little app, or on a desktop VATSPy, you can see what other aircraft are around you. And I'm looking now, there is actually no one else around Jersey at all, just me. So quiet night for the Jersey boys.
75 Alpha uniform, continue climb now, flight level 240.
Continue climb flight level 240, easy, 75 Alpha uniform. So I'm going to continue the climb as requested to 24,000 feet. And once you get past 250 knots and you start to hit your cruising speed, shown here, shown here, there we go, as we're getting that, then you can go back into manage mode for the climb. It's just on takeoff for some reason it wants to shoot you off at about 6,000 feet per minute, which is very unrealistic. But once we're past the 10,000 feet mark, I tend to find this is actually pretty good, because then that higher you get, it will lower the rate of climb as your real aircraft would. It's a lot harder to climb the less air there is up there. And if anyone watching's got any questions about the A320 or anything like that, please feel free to ask in the chat room. I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't know the answer, I shall endeavour to find out for you. So, are we passing some high-level cloud? The reason I say that is because I just noticed the frame rate is starting to drop off a little. And I've had fantastic frame rates over detailed cities like London, etc., with AI traffic on and things like that. Even when streaming, it's not a problem. But Whenever I seem to be flying through cirrus clouds, the frame rates drop off. You would have thought it would have been the big cumulus clouds that were...
75 Alpha Uniform, contact London Control now, 126.075. Have a safe flight, bye-bye.
126075, easy 75 Alpha Uniform, night. He really is bored, isn't he? 126.075.
Close land runway 30.
Oh, yep, that's the right frequency. Clear traffic. London, good evening. Easy 75 Alpha Uniform with you. Passing flight level 235 for 240.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, good evening, London Control, climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, easy 75 Alpha Uniform. Forgot what I was saying.
Delta 50 request descent.
Delta 580, I gave you descent in voice and text already. When ready, descend the flight level 240, level 10 miles before VATSIM.
240, Delta 580.
So we're probably going to hear...
Giant 8420, route direct, Coxie, Kilo Oscar Kilo.
Going to hear lots of other traffic now, which is nice.
Direct Coxie, Kilo Oscar, Kilo Giant 8420.
Some realism in there. Just looking at the VATSIM map, let's see what other traffic we've got around us. Not sure yet if VATSIM traffic is shown up on the TCAS. I don't think it is. So, let's see how many flights are coming into Manchester. Well, there's quite a few. There's quite a few doing the flight from Dublin to Manchester. That's a nice short flight. But Dublin seems fully staffed with ATCs.
Alex John, good evening. FedEx 72, TBM 930 with Lima request departure clearance for Jersey.
FedEx 72, good evening, London Control, stand by.
So you can see now the climb rate has actually dropped a little as we're getting higher. 1,000 feet per minute as opposed to 2.5.
FedEx 72, after departure, you're cleared to join controlled airspace on track and Berry Head, climbing flight level 210, your squawk 5256.
Thank you. Clear to join controlled airspace after departure. Direct Berry Head. Climb flight level 210, squawking 5256. FedEx 72.
FedEx 72, correct. Easy 79 Uniform Golf, runway 09 are clear to land, surface wind 120 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land, runway 09, easy 79 Uniform.
And I think we're above the bad weather now, so let's give the passengers a quick chance to stretch their legs. It will only be quick. It's not that long a flight, is it? Oh, the sun's just disappeared. Look. One thing I've not had a chance to do yet, not in real life anyway, is fly on the sim at dawn or dusk. But the screenshots of that look absolutely awesome. You can obviously set it, can't you? You don't have to fly at live time. But if you want live traffic, or if you're on that sim, you do.
Sorry, taxi and takeoff at my discretion or under your control?
FedEx 72, under my control.
FedEx 72, thank you. Request taxi.
FedEx 72, taxi holding point Charlie 1, the Exeter QNH 990 hectopascals.
Charlie 1, QNH 990 hectopascals, FedEx 72.
So as it is such a short flight, I'm going to start doing the approach checklist. And
Easy 79 Uniform Golf, welcome to Bristol, second attempt. Vicky left when able, taxi stand 3.
Yeah, so we need to
Taxi
get
3
everything
left
ready.
on Bravo.
Get
Easy
everything
7
ready
on
for
uniform
landing.
Golf. Sorry about the go around.
Not a problem at all. We've all been there.
Better to go around than crash, right?
It's not the FS Labs, is it?
No, it isn't Easy 7 on uniform Golf flight factor.
Oh, Roger.
O62 vacated at Golf and will be parking on the south side. Thank you very much for your accommodation and see you again soon.
062, you're very welcome. Good night. Delta 580, contact Dublin Control now 129.175.
Dublin control 121.1. Delta 580.
Delta 580 negative 129.
I can't tell if it's going to be easier or harder than what I've just done now.
Oh, there's a lot of people talking at once. So, Manchester,
129.17 Delta 580.
Manchester using runway 25 right, ILS. And the star that we're expecting to use is the Mersey 1 Alpha, which is already in. There we are. Now we need to put some more data in there. So, the QNH at Manchester is 986. That's low. There appears to be an open mic on VATSIM. Someone's transmitting constantly. That's not good. Oh dear. That means the controller can't talk to anybody.
Giant 8420, contact London Control now 129.425.
129.425, Giant 8420. Thank you. Bye bye.
Temperature is... where's the temperature? The temperature at Manchester is 9.
Memorial Flight, report your intentions at Cardiff.
On the wind.
Intentions are going to do a fly past down runway and head off to the west, depending on traffic that is from our flight.
Memorial Flight, Roger, runway 30, okay for you?
Yeah, that should work fine for us, more flight.
Memorial Flight, Roger, you're clear to enter controlled airspace, maintaining altitude 3,000 feet. And if you can join and report right base for runway 30.
Cleared in 3,000 feet, we'll report right base for runway 30, more flight.
FedEx 72, do you require a backtrack or can you depart from Charlie?
FedEx 72 happy from Charlie and ready with the left check.
FedEx 72, thanks. From Charlie 1, with left hand turn out, runway 26, clear takeoff, surface wind 030 degrees, 4 knots.
From Charlie 1, clear takeoff, left turn out, runway 26, FedEx 72.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform, confirm standard pressure set.
Good spot. Easy 75 Alpha uniform, set standard pressure, descending now by 500 feet.
Thank you.
I didn't run through that in the checklist, did I? Yes, on the control screen you would have wondered why on earth I was 500 feet above 30,000 feet. Well, that's why. I was still on the QNH, the air pressure that was at Jersey. Yeah, so a lot of talking going off there. Basically, if you're flying on VATSIM, you can get the ATIS and the weather off VATSIM for the airport you're arriving at. So
Easy 79 uniform Golf on the block stand. Tree, squawking 2000. Have a good evening. Hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.
Easy 79 uniform Golf, thanks for flying Bristol. See you again. Take care.
So get the QNH.
You too. Take care. Bye bye.
There's the wind speed and direction, transition altitude. And the decision height is 200 feet for approach at Manchester. That's
Control more flight, right base.
that said.
Memorial flight, roger, runway
Visibility is
30
10
cleared for
Wait
a
till they
loft
finish.
flyby, not below height, actually not below altitude, 700 feet on the QNH, 902 hectopascals.
Yes, so visibility in Manchester.
And not below 700
over
on
10 kilometres.
992 from our flight.
So we shouldn't need to use any automatic landing.
FedEx 72, report your passing altitude.
FedEx 72 passing 1,900.
FedEx 72, thanks, climb now, flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, FedEx 72.
So we're just coming up on Exmoor. And check that against the flight plan. 21 minutes, and we should have been at Exmoor at 23 minutes. Oh, look at that, we're almost a full minute ahead of schedule. And the fuel looks good as well. Now, the flight plan's top of descent is at when we get to Nitton, however you wish to pronounce it, which will be some way out up here somewhere. Still a way to go. Well, there we go, you can see it now. Nitton. So that's the top of descent given by the flight plan. Of course, ATC may have other ideas. This is the only thing that lets the Airbus down at the minute, and a lot of IFR flying in general on flights in 2020 is, look at this mess of an approach. So thankfully we won't be doing any of this. That said, let's just check how far in the SID it does match up before it starts to go wrong. So just bringing the charts up for Manchester. Open the charts list, and we'll be using the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival. There it is. From runway 23 right. So the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival starts at Monty. So let's go over this. Go to flight plan mode and zoom in.
Control more flights on finals for the pass.
Memorial flight, roger, report climbing away.
So
Monty,
Monty,
report, more flight.
then up to Wallasey. Oh, sorry, no, Wrexham's first. Wrexham, then Wallasey. Then after Wallasey, it's Mersey. And then after Mersey, we should be directed by ATC, vectored for final. However,
Lufthansa 5433, London Control, radio check.
this is where it all goes to pot on here, because it's having you flying over the MCT VOR at Manchester Airport, which you don't do. And then that screws everything up because you end up with this big box thing. So what happens if do I dare risk screwing everything up? Can I clear out the Manchester VOR? Oh, it says so. Let's see what happens. I'm still flying in a straight line, so that's good. So Monty, Wrexham, Wallasey, Mersey. And Manchester's still there. Why is Manchester there again? I've just got rid of you. Let's try again. And it's
FedEx 72, will you be able to make flight level 210 by Scary?
No, forget it.
FedEx 72.
It's not worth it. We're going to get
Roger.
flown in by ATC anyway, so no need to panic over that. Of course, if ATC isn't online when you get there, you just go to Mersey, and from Mersey you intercept the ILS. loving the stars. And somewhere, I believe they've actually put all the real constellations in. And I bet, you know, I bet they're all in the right place. I'm not an astronomer, but I bet you they are. Let's have a quick look out. Outside. Oh look, there's the plough. The wingtip just flying through it, see?
Control more flights climbing back up to 3000, leaving to the west.
Memorial Flight, Roger, clear to leave control airspace to the west. If you remain below altitude 2000 feet initially, and report service will be required outside control airspace.
Roger, below 2000 from our flight.
Memorial Flight, what service do you require outside control airspace?
Apologies, just basic service from our flight.
Memorial Flight, Roger.
Hello, London West, this is 1070 Foxtrot at Exeter, requesting taxi to runway 26.
1070 Foxtrot, London Control, good evening. Taxi holding point Charlie 1, the QNH 90901 hectopascals.
(90901 Pascals, 1070 F.
London Control, Lufthansa 440, good evening. Flight level 320 and 30 miles from Compton.
Lufthansa 440, London Control, good evening, continue.
I'll do.
Good evening, London Control, Easy 143 with you at 240 towards Adgate.
Easy 143, London Control, good evening. Just check standard pressure set.
Pressure set, Easy 143.
Easy 143, Roger, I'm showing you at flight level 246.
Correcting, Easy 143, thank you.
Easy 143, thanks. Route direct Strumbo, Sierra Tango uniform.
Strumbo, Sierra Tango, Easy 143, thank you.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform, when ready, descend flight level 200, level by Octum.
Okay, so there's our descent clearance. Level by Octum, where's that? Oh, there we are.
Hello, London Central, this is 1070 Foxtrot. Just confirm, am I allowed to taxi to 26?
There we go.
1070 Foxtrot, London Control, yes, I give you clearance to taxi to holding point Charlie 1. The QNH is 90901 hectopascals.
And let's begin the
London
descent.
Control, thank you very much. Apologies, very new to this system, just getting to grips with it.
No problem.
We've all been
Memorial Flight, you're now outside control airspace, basic service.
Roger, outside basic service from our flight.
So, not much to do at the moment. We've already set and been through the departure, the arrival briefing.
Easy 143, confirm you are turning on track Strumbo, Sierra Tango uniform.
Sierra Strongbow Tango Uniform, Easy 143.
We did go out stargazing, didn't we? Yeah, there's the plough. See Orion anywhere? It's normally around winter time, isn't it? In the northern hemisphere. The phases of the moon are correct, of course. They have been in FSX.
London Central, having some issues with my navigation. Can you vector me in, please? Easy 143.
Easy 143, no problem. Fly heading 300 degrees.
300, Easy 143.
See, so what he's done there is just perfect. If you do have a problem with the nav computer, it can always be requested to be vectored in. Of course, if it's a VATSIM event or there's very, very heavy traffic, that's...
FedEx 72, contact Jersey Control now 125.2. Bye-bye.
Not always...
1252, FedEx 72, thanks for your help. Good night.
Not always an option.
Good night.
9 times out of 10, the controllers will vector you in. So, I know for a fact they're going to vector me in here because the last waypoint on the star that we're using today is Mersey, this one here. And I know you can't see the chart, but after Mersey, it basically says your clearance limit is Mersey, unless otherwise instructed by ATC. So if you don't get any further clearance, you should hold at that point. So after that, they will give us a vector into runway 23 right at Manchester. Are we in the clouds now? Looks like it. Yeah, my frame rates have dropped slightly, so we're definitely in the clouds. High level cloud. And you don't need to do it, but it's worth checking. The ILS frequency for 23 right is 1095, but as we've already put the approach into the McDo, 1095, ILS 23 right. Yeah, it's already
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, you can contact Scottish Control now 118.775.
118775 for Easy 75 Alpha Uniform. Bye bye. 118775. Is that Scottish Control? I thought it was London Control. We'll double check that before I contact them. 118775. That's Manchester Control, not Scottish. Manchester, good evening. Easy 75 Alpha Uniform with you, passing flight level 230 for flight level 200.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, Scottish Control, good evening. Descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, Easy 75 Alpha Uniform. Scottish Control there, so they will probably bandbox a couple of those frequencies together, as it's quite quiet this evening. Oh, excuse me, I'm having a drink. Thirsty work piloting.
Airswitch 1254, report your speed to Dublin Control 129.175, bye bye.
Please for IMS feed 1254.
Airsfit 1254, contact doubling control 129.175.
Contacting Dublin Control on 129.175. Suite 1254, thank you, good night.
Air Serbia 65, route direct Mersey, descend flight level 120.
Redirect Mersey, transfer 120%, yes, 5.
Chinook 243, requesting taxi to the gate.
Not on this frequency, it's not, surely.
Chinook 243, taxi stand 75 Alpha.
That must be an uncontrolled airport.
Repeat last, Chinook 243.
Yeah, so the VATSIM controllers, we're on a centre control at the moment. They will control traffic right down to clearance delivery.
He's just wasting. Chinook 243, taxi standard choice fire Alpha.
Stanley to gate of choice, Chinook 243.
If there's no one manning the airport, they will give you the full clearance and everything. But tonight, as I said, there's lots of controls online, which is good. We've actually had we'll have a full ATC control right from clearance delivery back at Jersey to ground at Manchester, I think, at the moment. I'll just double check that. Yeah, so we've got ground at Manchester.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform, descend flight level 90, speed 250 knots.
Descend flight level 90 and reducing speed to 250. Easy 75 Alpha uniform.
Serbia 65, speed 290 knots.
Speed 290 knots, and Serbia 65.
Scottish Control, good evening. Lufthansa 5510, good with you. Descend flight level 290 and heading 280 degrees.
Now the default aircraft still doesn't manage speed wonderfully well, so it's managing the descent rate that I've set it.
Lufthansa 55 Tango, route Scottish Control, route direct Ramox, descend flight level 200.
It is slowing slightly. Maybe give it some speed brakes if you can't get that.
200, Lufthansa 5510.
Let's just extend the speed brakes ever so slightly to get us down to 250 knots. Obviously controlling the flow of traffic into Manchester. There we go. So you can see there it actually says that the throttle is at idle. Which of course has
Serbia
nothing
65,
to do
descend flight
with
level
the
70.
levers. They will remain in the climb detent until we get down to the down to about 20 feet off the runway. So the approach checklist, minimums are set, engine mode selectors as required.
Yep, Lufthansa 55 Tango, descend now, flight level 200.
And we've got all our charts.
Yes, descend now 200, Lufthansa 5510.
Just ask him to report.
Lufthansa 55 Tango, just confirm your destination.
Oh dear.
Destination is Boston, Lufthansa 5510.
Lufthansa 55 Tango, my apologies, there's been a bit of a mess up on the air traffic control end. Climb back to flight level 300 and you can climb flight level 300.
climb flight level 300, Lufthansa 55 Tango, no problem.
That's a long flight if he's still here. That's a good 6.5, 7 hour journey across the Atlantic. But some people do that.
Speed 250.
I've done it myself. I don't think I'd live stream a flight across the Atlantic. That could get very boring for the viewers. So we're about to reach 10,000 feet.
SW65, speed 250 knots or greater.
Slow down the rate of descent.
250 knots or greater.
And SW65, contact Manchester radar 118, small 575, bye bye.
Manchester radar 118, please say again.
SW65, it's 118, small 575.
118, 575, SW65.
Turn the dome lights off. And potentially...
EG75 Alpha Uniform, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, easy, 75 Alpha Uniform.
Scottish Centre, Golf, Bravo, 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 with you, 5,000 feet.
Just means you can see a little bit more, doesn't it now?
Scottish Centre, Golf, Bravo, Bravo.
Golf Bravo, 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 Scottish Control, good evening. Fly heading 270 degrees, climb flight level 180.
270 and 180, Golf, Bravo, Bravo.
Oh, we turned it off. Why did we turn it off? That was a mistake.
Scottish Control, good afternoon, Ascot 3-1.
Ascot 3-1, Scottish Control, good evening. You departed from Leeds, which is controlled airspace, without talking to me. Just confirm your intentions.
Yeah, my apologies. I was speaking to Leeds Delivery. They passed me on to London. I spoke to London and they've passed me back to you, so I think there's been a little bit of confusion as to who the designated person to talk to was. Currently routing towards Dopek via the Dopek 2 Whiskey departure. Altitude 6,000 for 7,000 on the QNH 9.95 hectopascals.
Ascot 3-1, Roger, and stand by.
We should be routing direct Mersey now. I would have expected some more information from the controllers at the moment, but basically we get to Mersey, and unless we're told to do anything different, we'll double check if they want us to enter a hold.
Ascot 3-1, just confirm, are you VFR or IFR?
We are IFR for Ascot 3-1.
That was a mistake. Just want to turn that radar off. So I'll come back on in a moment. What I will do, however,
EG75 Alpha Uniform, contact Manchester radar 118, small 575, bye bye.
118,575, easy 75 Alpha Uniform.
Yeah, not for good time.
Golf Bravo.
Alpaca 782, route direct VATSIM.
Direct VATSIM, Alpaca.
There we go. Manchester radar, good evening, easy 75 Alpha Uniform with you, flight level 80.
EG75 Alpha Uniform, Manchester radar, hello. Vectoring from the IS approach, runway 23 right. Information Papa's current report, your aircraft type please.
Expect vectors for runway 23 right, we're A320 Neo, easy 75 Alpha uniform.
EG75 Alpha uniform, thanks. Descend flight level 70, leave Mersey heading 080 degrees.
Descending flight level 70 and leave Mersey. Sorry, just repeat the heading after Mersey, please. 75 Alpha uniform.
Leave Mersey heading 080 degrees and speed 250 knots.
080 degrees and 25 knots. Easy 75 Alpha uniform. I didn't have my pen in my hand. Should always have the pen. Write stuff down, and then not only will you read it back correctly, but you can execute it a lot quicker. So, as expected, we're going to get vectored in after passing Mersey here, so we need to leave at 080 on the heading. And we're already at 250.
SLB 65, 28 track miles, descent to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH is 995 hectopascals.
QNH 905, descent to 5,000 feet, SLB 65.
So, just passing Mersey, I will go now to heading 080. Oops. Overly sensitive, these things. There we are. Yeah, that's why I ended up turning off the nav display and the primary flight display. I just wanted to turn the brightness down a little bit, not entirely. I do love how the clouds now are tinted with yellow and orange, as they would be over big cities. So yeah, as you witnessed then, we got to Mersey, and we would have had to hold there.
G75 Alpha uniform, turn right heading 090 degrees. 30 track miles, descent to altitude 5,000 feet, QH 995 hectopascals.
Descend flight level 5,000 feet, and turning heading 090, easy 75 Alpha uniform.
SW 65, descent to altitude 3,500 feet, speed 220 knots or greater.
Descend to 3,500 feet, 220 or greater, SW 65.
And what was the QNH that we popped in there? 986, is that correct? Double check the ATC at Manchester. Yeah, 986. It's low. Okay, landing lights on. Set them to taxi for landing.
SRB 65, turn right heading 200 degrees, cleared approach runway 23 right.
Turn right heading 200 degrees for intercepting Alice approach 23 right.
SRB 65, speed 180 knots or greater till 60 ME.
160 knots or greater till 60 ME, SRB 65.
SRB 65, just compare that as speed 180 knots or greater till 60 ME.
180 knots or greater, SRB 65.
Normally the maximum speed here is 230 knots at Mersey.
EG75 Alpha uniform, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Reducing the speed 220 knots and descending to 4,000 feet, easy 75 Alpha uniform. So we're having a slightly higher speed approach there, is obviously sequencing for other air traffic. We can have a quick look actually on VATSIM, see what's happening, how many airplanes are trying to come in. There's only one ahead of me, I think. That's fine. So, as you can see on the navigation display.
75 Alpha Uniform, turn right, heading 140 degrees, descent to altitude 3,500 feet.
Right, heading 140 degrees and descending altitude 3,500. 75 Alpha Uniform.
SW65, contact Manchester Tower now, 118.625, bye-bye.
118.625.
Right, we'll turn the landing system on. There's all the magenta dials that we need. And we are still pretty
D75 Alpha Uniform, speed 180 knots or less.
Reducing to 180 or less. Easy, 75 Alpha Uniform. I was about to ask him if we could reduce speed because that's going to be quite quick. We want to get in the ILS a little bit steady in that. Okay, flaps 1 as we pass 200 knots. Check the approach phase is armed. Yes, it is. It's been done automatically. So that's good. 180 knots, flaps 2. And as we reach 160 knots, flaps 3.
75 Alpha Uniform, turn right, heading 190 degrees, cleared after approach runway 23 right.
Right, heading 190, cleared ILS approach runway 23 right, easy 75 Alpha Uniform.
D75 Alpha Uniform, contact Manchester Tower now, 118.625, bye-bye.
Your speed to Dublin control on 129.175.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, Manchester Tower, good evening. Continue approach 2 for right number 1, surface in 050 degrees, 8 knots. Sierra Lima 65, contact ground 121.850. Good evening.
Good evening, contact ground 121.850, service 5.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
Scandinavian 129, contact Scottish Control 118.775. Good evening.
118.775 is Scandinavian 129er. Thank you.
Easy 75 Alpha uniform 23 right, clear to land. All stations, Manchester Broadcast Information, Quebec, QNH 995 Manchester out. Easy 75 Alpha uniform, contact ground 121.850. Good evening.
3, please, via Delta and Papa.
Foxtrot Lima 172, that's Papa 3 via Delta Papa.
Shuttle and 97 Whiskey following the Cessna 172, taxi to Papa 3, please, via Delta and Papa.
Taxiing to Papa 3, Shuttle 97 Whiskey.
Easy 75 Alpha Uniform, welcome to Manchester. Taxi to stand 7 via Alpha Bravo and Juliet Echo.
B18 round to ground from B18. Can tell I'm going to go from left or right from where I am now, because I'm that pushback disaster.
Speedbird 2, we're going to change your departure. We're now departing on runway 05 left. So you will switch to a Samba 1. 1 second. Correction, just stand by. I am going to be switching your departure. Speedbird 2, yes, there'll be to a Listo 2 Sierra departure, runway 05 left.
Ground, that's Foxtrot Lima 172 now at Papa 3.
Foxtrot Lima 172, after the EasyJet A320 passes from your right to your left, taxi to holding point Bravo 1 via Bravo.
Foxtrot Lima 172, that's holding point Bravo 1 via Bravo.
Foxtrot Lima 172, after the EasyJet, please.
After the EasyJet, AFM.
Manchester ground, very good evening. Night Fury 11, stand 11, ready for push and start.
Night Fury 11, hold position, got an aircraft taxiing in.
We'll wait, no bother. Night Fury 11.
B18 ground, can you text me that? That's it again.
Roger, Speedbird 2, I will text message you the change for you.
Thank you, and I'm going to... my pushback disaster. Am I going right or left from where I am now?
Speedbird 2, you will be taxiing via Lima, which should be roughly to your left. But just stand by, please.
Thank you.
Manchester ground, Mike Hotel 01, ready for push, start and taxi.
Night Fury 11, stand 11, push and start is approved, facing south.
Push and start approved, face south, Night Fury 11.